Hello everyone, today I dressed up in Spongebob's uniform to cook every single item from the Krusty Krab menu in real life. The menu includes every edible dish that characters have ever eaten at the Krusty Krab. So by the end of this video, we'll determine which dish truly deserves to be called the most delicious. First item on the menu, Krabby Patty.
Don't you get it, you crustaceous cheapskate? I can't make a double Krabby Patty with the work. I can't put a patty on a bun with lettuce, cheese, onions, tomatoes, ketchup, mustard, pickles, and top bun together in that order.
We begin making the Krabby Patty with the patty itself. We need ground beef. Right away we season it well with salt and black pepper. Then we mix the beef to evenly distribute the salt and pepper. Once that's done, we roll the meat into a bowl, place it on parchment paper and start shaping the patty. Done! We'll be cooking the patty on a stove top that looks as close as possible to the one Spongebob used. We turn up the heat. Once the surface is hot, we place the patty on it and gently remove the parchment paper. Since this patty is small, it only takes 1 minute per side. A key component of the Krabby Patty is the bun. To prevent it from getting soggy from the sauces, it also needs to be toasted. We place it next to the patty. The patty is already ready to flip. We also flip the button bun, and as soon as it's toasted, we immediately place the patty on it. We take everything off the stove. Next, we place lettuce on the patty, followed by a slice of cheddar cheese. Now for the vegetables, we slice a red onion in the medium thick rings. And do the same with the tomato. The last ingredient is pickles. We take a pickle from the jar and slice it into thin rounds. Now we continue assembling. We add onion, then tomato, then squeeze some ketchup and mustard on top. Finally we place the pickles and cover everything with the top bun. The classic Krabby Patty from the Krusty Krab is ready. Even compared to the cartoon, it looks as close as possible. The only thing left is to try it. Is it really as delicious as they say in the show? Yes, it's an incredibly well-balanced burger. I'd confidently rate it 9 out of 10. Second item on the menu, pizza.
Hello?
No!
Sorry, sir, we're closed.
Ahoy there, Krusty Krab! How can I help you? Pizza? Of course we have pizza!
Mr. Krabs.
Our delivery squid will bring it right over.
Mr. Krabs, we don't serve pizza. We don't deliver.
We don't deliver, but you do.
In the cartoon, pizza is unique because it's made out of Krabby Patties. In real life, this will be a bit more challenging, but we'll manage. We need exactly 5 Krabby Patties. We transfer them onto a tray and start disassembling them. Using tweezers, I collect all the pickles from the Krabby Patties. Done, I managed to fill up a small bowl. Next, we move the tomatoes and sauces to a cutting board. I plan to use them for the pizza sauce, so the tomatoes need to be diced as finely as possible. We repeat this for every slice. This is the texture we get, though it doesn't quite look like sauce yet. From each Krabby Patty I also collect an onion slice. We'll use this in the sauce as well. But first we finally chop it. Done. We move over to the stove with our cutting board. We pour oil in the saucepan and saute the onions in it, stirring constantly. Once we achieve a nice golden color, it's time to add our finely chopped tomatoes, along with the ketchup and mustard. To help soften the chunks, we add a bit of water. For a richer flavor, we add salt and pepper. We let it simmer for another 5 minutes, and the sauce is ready. Now for the pizza base. We do have burger buns, but no matter how hard we try, they won't form a crust with edges like in the show. So we need dough. We place it on the counter and roll it out with a rolling pin to form the pizza base. Done. We transfer it to a baking sheet. Now we shape the crust to match the one in the cartoon. Done. We pour the tomato sauce into the center of the pizza and spread it evenly with a spatula. Done. Now we add the pickles we set aside earlier. That's in place. Later we'll need cheese, so we simply take slices from the leftover Krabby Patties. We also place lettuce leaves on the pizza. In the Krusty Krab pizza there were pepperoni slices, but those aren't in the Krabby Patty. What we do have though are patties. Using a round cutter, we punch out the necessary shapes from the patties. We need exactly 7 pieces. The remaining patties crabs are set aside and transferred back to the cutting board. We slice them into strips. And spread all the remaining meat onto the pizza. Done. Now we need to cover everything with slices of cheese. The cheese should be laid on thickly, so that none of the toppings underneath are visible. On top of the cheese go the mini patties. The original pizza also had mushrooms. So we take white mushrooms, since nothing similar is found in a Krabby Patty. We slice them into thin pieces. And place them between the mini patties. To get a crust as golden brown as in the Krusty Krab, we crack an egg yolk into a small bowl and whisk it. Using a brush, we coat the crust with egg wash. Finally, we can put the pizza in the oven. It's done. We take it out. And slice it into 6 pieces, just like in the cartoon. We also recreate the Krusty Krab pizza box. We transfer the pizza into it. The only thing I don't like is that our mini patties are brown, whereas in the cartoon they're red. So using a small brush, we take some of our tomato sauce and brush it over the mini patties. Now it looks much better. We close the box. The Krusty Krab pizza is ready. Let's compare it to the original. This is as close as possible to what Mr. Krabs made in the show. It's amazing that 90% of this pizza consists of Krabby Patties. Now let's try it. It's really good, a super hearty pizza with a burger flavor. I confidently rate it 8 out of 10. Third item on the menu, Kelp Fries.
Now that's what I call fast food.
For this, we take a large potato and peel it. To mimic the texture of seaweed, we use a rich slicer to cut the potato. This gives us thick, wavy slices. Each slice then needs to be cut lengthwise into 3 pieces so the fries match the ones in the Krusty Krab. Now we shape the ends to be pointed. And also run the knife along the edges to create a more wavy, seaweed-like texture. Now we repeat this process with every slice. Next, we need to soak the potatoes in water for 15 minutes to remove excess starch. Once the time is up, we take the wet potatoes out and spread them on paper towels to fully dry them. Done. Of course, fries are made in a deep fryer, so we fill a saucepan with oil. We heat it to 327 degrees Fahrenheit and drop in the fries. This is the first fry which softened the potatoes inside, but we don't want a crust forming yet. We take them out and place them on paper towels. Now we heat the oil to 365 degrees Fahrenheit for the final fry, which gives the fries a crispy texture. As soon as they reach the golden color seen in the cartoon, it's time to take them out. Again, we place them on paper towels. While the fries are still hot, we season them with salt and mix them up. In the Krusty Krab, Kelp Fries were served in a branded box. So we recreated the packaging. It turned out pretty good. We place it on a piece of paper to match the original exactly. Then fill the box with the fries. Kelp Fries are done. Now let's compare them to the ones in the show. I think this is as close as it gets. They really look like seaweed. The only thing left is to try them. Do they taste any different from regular fries? They don't taste different, but the texture is crispier, because the slices are thinner and have more surface area for crisping up. I really like them. I give them 9 out of 10. Fourth item on the menu, Krusty Sub. The base of this dish a giant loaf of bread. We cut it evenly in half lengthwise. Done. Now we remove some of the inside to make more room for the filling. Next we need ground beef, an entire pack of it. We shape it into one massive patty, large enough to cover the entire surface on the bread. Done. We season it with salt and black pepper. Now we heat up the stove again and cook this mega patty on it. While that's happening, we also toast the inside of the bread. After just a minute the edges are golden brown, so we take them off. The patty gets flipped. And needs another 2 minutes. Once it's done, we transfer it onto the bread. We place 6 slices of cheddar cheese directly onto the patty. Then we add lettuce, ketchup, and mustard. Next, we slice a tomato into thin rounds and layer them on. The last step is simply to cover everything with the top half of the loaf, and Krusty Sub is ready. Let's compare it to the cartoon. It looks 100% identical. But is it better than the Krabby Patty? Now we'll find out. It's a delicious sandwich, but it's not as good as the Krabby Patty, because the bread is firmer and it lacks pickles. I give it 7 out of 10. Fifth item on the menu, nachos. We're making nachos using Mexican tortillas. First, we need to turn the round tortillas into squares. Then we divide each square into 4 equal parts. And finally cut those into triangles to get the correct nacho shape. Done. We spread the pieces out on a board and lightly spread them with oil. Then we season them with black pepper and cheese powder, which already contains salt. Now we transfer the old triangles into the air fryer. We set it to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and set the timer for 10 minutes. Now we just wait. It's done. We take out the basket. Our nachos are crispy and golden brown. In the cartoon they were served in a blue cardboard plate, so we made an identical one. We transfer the nachos into the plate. They already look close to the original, but something is missing: the cheese sauce. We place a saucepan on the stove and add butter. It needs to melt completely. Then we whisk in flour to act as a thickener. Next we add milk, which forms the base of the sauce. Once it starts simmering, we drop in a generous amount of cheddar cheese and stir continuously until it melts. The sauce is now smooth. However, the cheese sauce in the show was a bright orange color. To match them, we add a bit of orange food coloring and mix it in. The cheese sauce is ready. Now we pour the cheese sauce over the nachos. Done. Let's compare it to the cartoon. It looks almost identical to what Spongebob served a customer in the Krusty Krab. Now for the taste test. They're crispy and extremely cheesy. I give them 7 out of 10. Sixth item on the menu, pisqueak patty.
And that's another thing. I'm not a boy. I'm so old I got hairs growing out of the wrinkles on my liver spots. 1 pipsqueak patty. And your bib and high chair.
The first thing we need is a mini bun. We slice it in half. Now, from a small bowl of ground beef, we shape a tiny patty. Of course, we season it with salt and black pepper. To recreate the eyes, we need green olives. We slice them into rounds. We also need to make the antennae stick out. To do this, we use a vegetable peeler to slice a potato into super thin sheets. Then cut those sheets into thin strips. Last cut in half. Done. While the stove is heating up, we cut a slice of cheese into a smaller piece to match the tiny patty. Done. Now we toast the mini buns, cook the tiny patty, and fry the potato strips. Since the patty is so small, it cooks almost instantly, so we flip it quickly. We also keep stirring the potato strips to ensure they fry evenly. We place the tiny slice of cheese on the patty. On the button bun, we add a drop of mustard. Then place the patty on top. Next, 4 small dots of mustard go on top of the patty. Then we place a tiny lettuce leaf and cover it with a top bun. The potato strips are done, so we take them off the stove. Now we squeeze 2 drops of ketchup onto the top bun and attach the olive slices to create the eyes. Finally, we pick out the crispiest potato sticks and insert them into the patty to form the antennae. The last step is to draw a smile using ketchup. And just like that, pisqueak patty is ready. Now let's compare it to the cartoon. It looks 85% accurate. A fun kid-friendly burger. Now let's taste it. Honestly, it's too dry. The bun to patty ratio is way off. So far, this has the lowest rating. I give it 5 out of 10. 7th item on the menu, Krusty Dog.
Mr. Krabs! This wiener tastes just like a Krabby Patty. Maybe we can add them to the menu.
I'm not impressed.
I made it with leftover ingredients.
Now I'm impressed.
Look at that guy just like a hot dog, Mommy.
Let that inspire you to stay in school, Billy.
Help! I'm having terrible abdominal pain. I think it was the line.
Wiener.
The wiener!
In the show, Spongebob made the sausages for Krusty Dogs from ground beef, so we'll do the same. But we'll add more spices than we used for the Krabby Patties. Garlic powder, smoked paprika, salt, and freshly ground black pepper. We mix everything thoroughly. Now we take the mixture and shape it into one giant sausage. Done. We'll cook it in the air fryer to keep it as juicy as possible. We place it in the basket and set a timer for 20 minutes at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Time's up and the sausage is ready. But in the cartoon it had a redder color, so we use an old trick. We brush ketchup all over the surface. Then we put it back in the air fryer for a couple more minutes. Now we end up with a beautiful reddish brown crust on the outside of the sausage. Krusty Dogs are served in a checker paper trays in the cartoon, so we made an exact replica. Now for the bun. We take a classic hot dog bun, open it up and place it in a custom-made checkered paper tray to match the one from the show. We then place the sausage inside and drizzle mustard over the top. Krusty Dog is ready. Now let's compare to the original. It looks very close, though the proportion between the bun and sausage is slightly off. Time to taste it. I expected it to be dry, but it's actually really juicy. Still, the flavor is pretty simple. I give it 6 out of 10. 8th item on the menu, Krabby Double Deluxe.
I bet you can't eat a Krabby Double Deluxe in one bite. Oh.
Give me that. They don't call me Cheeks for nothing.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, that's just one thing.
This burger requires larger patties than a regular Krabby Patty, so we shaped 2 thick patties. This means already includes salt and pepper. Let's fry them. While also toasting larger buns than usual. The buns are toasted, so we remove them from the heat. Once the patties develop a crust, we flip them. After a few more minutes, the patties are ready. Now for the assembly: button bun, first patty, 3 slices of tomato, 2 rings of red onion, ketchup, and mustard, lettuce. Second patty: pickles, 2 slices of cheese, and top bun. Krabby Double Deluxe is ready. Let's compare it to the one Patrick swallowed in one bite. It looks almost identical. Now let's see if it's better than the standard Krabby Patty. It absolutely is. The thicker patties make it much juicier. This is the best burger so far, 10 out of 10. 9th item on the menu: Kelp Shake.
Alright, boy, it's done. You're gonna suck the whole cup down your gullet if you're not careful.
Sorry, Mr. Krabs. It's just that this kelp shake tastes so good.
Kelp shake?
Look around ya. Everyone's enjoying a delicious kelp shake.
Of course, the shake is made from seaweed and the base is kelp. Add dried kelp to the mortar. Next, we add chlorella, a green algae that comes in tablet form. We crush it into powder. Done. Pour the resulting powder into a blender bowl. Then we take spirulina, a dried blue-green algae, add a tablespoon. To give the drink a fresh taste, we zest a lime. And add the zest to the mix. We also cut the lime. And squeeze the juice into the blender. For sweetness, we add brown sugar. To keep it refreshing, we add 5 ice cubes. The last ingredient is a banana to make it creamy. For the liquid base, we use coconut milk. Now we blend everything together. Done! In the cartoon, kelp shake was served in tall green bottles. We made similar ones. So we funnel the drink inside. And cover it with a cup with straw. Kelp shake is ready. Let's compare it to the original. Visually, it's about 70% accurate. But what about the taste? It's fresh, well-balanced and unique. The slight bitterness from the algae is offset by the sugar and lime. Overall, a great combination. I give it 7 out of 10. 10th item on the menu: pretty patties.
Don't bother sitting down, cause you'll just stand up when you see this. Ta-da!
Great Barrier Reef! That patty's spoiled!
Ah! Mr. Krabs, it's not tainted meat, it's painted meat. Pretty patties, available in 6 designer colors.
Your dumb pretty patties turn my face purple!
Look what I got under me, Kill!
And look at our tongues!
To recreate this, we need to make colored burger buns from scratch. The basic dough recipe includes yeast, flour, warm water, sugar and salt. We put everything in the stand mixer and let it knead the dough. After 10 minutes we add butter. Once it's fully incorporated, the dough is ready. We take it out of the mixer. It looks perfect. Now we tear off equal portions and weigh them. It should be 4.5 ounces. We repeat this 6 times. Since each pretty patty has a different color, we squeeze food coloring onto each dough ball. Red, blue, orange, green, yellow, and mix of red and blue to make purple. Wearing gloves, we knead the food coloring into the dough. The red one is done. Now the blue one. Next orange, green, yellow, and purple. All 6 are ready. Now we shape each one into a smooth ball and place them on a baking tray. We cover them with plastic wrap and let them rise. To help the sesame seeds stick, we brush the buns with water before sprinkling the seeds on top. Now you can sprinkle. Turn on the bottom heating in the oven. We bake them at 300 degrees Fahrenheit with the steam to prevent a crust from forming and to keep the colors vibrant. To prevent burning bottom, place the second baking sheet under the first and put it in the oven. After an hour, they're done. The color stayed bright, and the buns are incredibly soft. For a colored lettuce effect, we use processed mozzarella slices. We take it out of the packaging. 6 bowls are used to separate the slices. And add a different food coloring to each. Then we microwave them in short bursts to melt the cheese. When it melted, we spread cheese on parchment. The same way we spread the super yellow cheese, then the green, blue, orange, and purple. Once the cheese hardens, trim the edges of each slice to give them a wavy, uneven shape, just like lettuce leaves. Task with cheese completed. Let's go back to the buns and cut the orange one in half. As you can see, it's perfectly baked inside. We also cut the remaining multicolored buns. They need to be toasted a little. They're ready, it's very crispy. In the cartoon, pretty patties were served on a patent pallet. I bought exactly the same one. We put all the button buns on it. Now for the colored patties. We divide ground beef into 6 equal portions and mix a different food coloring into each one, just like we did with the dough. Add salt and pepper. Now mix the minced meat and dice thoroughly, so that it spreads evenly. On the same piece of parchment we form the patty. There are still 5 more colorful patties to make. Done! It's time to fry the patties on the flat top grill. In 2 minutes, flip the patties. After another 2 minutes, remove from heat. Place each patty on a bun of the same color. Then squeeze mustard on each patty. And ketchup. We separate the multicolored cheese from the parchment. And also place it on a burger of identical color. It remains to lay out the top 6 buns without mixing up the colors. The pretty patties are ready. Comparing them to the cartoon, they are 100% identical. But what about the taste? Honestly, it's nothing special, just a bun, patty, cheese and sauce. The food coloring stains my tongue, just like in the show. I give them 4 out of 10. 11th item on the menu, secret patty.
There it is! Your new patty!
Here you go, gentlemen. 2 brand new patties.
Step right up and get your new improved patties!
Visually, this burger looks like it's made out of gelatin, so let's do it that way. We pour water into a saucepan and add orange food coloring to match the color in the show. To give the gelatin a burger flavor, we use a special food additive that mimics the taste of grilled beef patty. This is the same ingredient used in vegan burgers. Now we slowly sprinkle in gelatin powder while stirring. The mixture thickens immediately. We let it sit for 5 minutes to bloom. Once it forms up, we place it on the stove and heat it while stirring constantly. The gelatin melts into a smooth liquid. Remove from heat. Now we need a multi-component burger mold. Pour the jelly into it. To speed up the process, we place it in the fridge.
One hour later.
Once it's set, we unmold each layer. This will be a bottom bun, patty, lettuce layer, and top bun. We trim the edges for a clean shape, simply using scissors. And cut a wavy texture into the lettuce layer. Now we assemble secret patty, jelly bottom bun, jelly lettuce, jelly patty, and jelly top bun. It's ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, it looks very similar. But does it really taste like a burger? Let's try. No, it tastes very artificial and chemically. It reminds me of burger flavored potato chips. This is the worst tasting food so far. I give it 1 out of 10. 12th item on the menu, Ultra Krabby Supreme.
Here you go, sir. A king-size Ultra Krabby Supreme with the works, double batter fried, on a stick.
Thanks.
Barnacle head.
Pardon me?
You forgot your mayonnaise.
Thanks.
Look at them eating that garbage. It's disgusting.
Let's make a sauce. Squeeze the mayonnaise into a bowl. We're also adding ketchup and mustard. Next, cut the onion in half and chop into very small cubes. Add to sauce. Then pickles. We need 3 gherkins. Cut them in thin slices. And chop it up as much as possible. Add to sauce. From spices, add garlic powder, chili pepper, and mix. The sauce is ready. For this burger we need 4 large patties. We form them from ground beef and fry them. We salt and pepper them right during the frying process. And flip the patties. On each patty we put a slice of cheese so that it melts. For this burger we toast 3 buns. Now for assembly: button bun, first patty, red onion and tomato slice, special sauce. Let's spread it evenly. Second patty, middle bun, special sauce again. 2 more patties, more onion and tomato slices. Spread the top bun with sauce and cover. To prevent the burger from falling apart in the future, we secure it with chopsticks. And trim them down. Now comes the special twist: battering and deep frying the entire burger. For the batter we add 2 bowl eggs, cheese powder, water and flour, and mix it well. We coat the entire burger in batter. And deep fry in hot oil until golden brown. After 1 minute you can take it out of the fryer and cover the burger with a second layer of the batter. The final frying is left. We're taking out of the fryer. Moving it onto the plate and removing the chopsticks. In the cartoon, the burger was pierced with a popsicle stick, so we will do the same. Ultra Krabby Supreme is ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, it's a close match, but now let's cut into it. The layers inside stay perfectly stacked, and the burger remains hot inside. Now let's taste it. It's amazing! The deep fried crust adds a cheesy crunch, while the layers inside remain juicy. This gets a perfect 10 out of 10. 13th item on the menu: jelly patty.
Oh, yum.
What the heck is that?
It's just a little old Krabby Patty smothered in jellyfish jelly. I call it a Krabby Patty with jellyfish jelly.
Could I try some?
Sure!
Amazing!
Of course, in real life we won't be catching jellyfish and making jelly out of them. Instead, we'll use pink grapes. We pluck the grapes off the stem and place them in a blender. We also add some blueberries to match the color of the jelly in the cartoon. Now we blend everything into a smooth mixture. Done! Next we take a fine mesh strainer, line it with cheesecloth and pour the blended fruit mixture through it. Using a spoon, we press it through to extract as much pure juice as possible, leaving behind the skins and seeds. Done! To enhance the flavor, we add 1 tablespoon of corn syrup for sweetness. Since jellyfish jelly has a slightly tart taste in the cartoon, We also squeeze in some fresh lemon juice. Now we place the saucepan on the stove. Meanwhile, we mix cornstarch with a little water to create a thickening agent. We pour it into the saucepan while stirring constantly, cooking it until the mixture thickens into a jelly-like consistency. Once the jelly is ready, we transfer it into a custom-made jar that resembles the one in the show. We seal it with a lid. Jelly is ready. There's just a little bit left to do. We cook the patty and toss the buns. Flip the patty. We place the cooked patty on the button bun. Then drizzle our homemade jellyfish jelly on top. Once the jelly cools, it takes on a perfect thin consistency, just like in the cartoon. We place the top bun and jelly patty is ready. Comparing it to the show, it looks spot on. Now let's taste it. Surprisingly, it's not bad. The jelly has a sweet and tangy berry flavor that pairs well with the savory patty. I give it 7 out of 10. 14th item on the menu, Krusty Kelp Dog.
I'm going to need you to bring me one of everything on the menu.
Excellent choice, my darling. Coming right up. He wants one of everything.
Then we'll give him a smorgasbord. The future of the Krusty Krab is at stake.
Cry the crunchy kelp dog, sir.
We need kelp seaweed, but ours is dried, so we first rehydrate it. We place it in a bowl and fill with water. Let it soak for 30 minutes until fully restored. All seaweed is restored. Now we take a hot dog bun and open it. Inside we place a small portion of laminaria. Next we add chuka wakame seaweed salad for extra texture and color. The last ingredient is sea grapes, a type of edible seaweed that looks like tiny bunches of grapes. Let's unpack them. They appear shriveled at first, but when soaked in water for 5 minutes, they expand into juicy grape-like beans. They even burst when pressed. We take the rehydrated sea grapes and place them on top of the other seaweed inside the bun. Krusty Kelp Dog is ready. Let's compare it to the original. Not a perfect match, but pretty close. Now for the taste test. This is just a bunch of seaweed inside the bun. The texture is weird, and sea grapes have a strange, ocean-like flavor. It isn't very appetizing. I give it 2 out of 10. 15th item on the menu, coral beads.
Order up! Go now and bless the taste buds of your lucky connoisseur. Okay, you sit this one out, Squidward. This will be a special delivery from the chef for your dining pleasure. 2 double Krabby Patties cooked to perfection, complemented by a side of coral bits and a jumbo diet soda, topped off with a little extra love. Enjoy!
To recreate coral, we'll use purple sweet potatoes. Unlike regular sweet potatoes, these have a deep pink flesh, making them perfect for this dish. First, we peel all the potatoes. Done. Now we need to shape them into coral-like pieces. We cut them into thick slices. Then start carving the coral details using a scalpel. First we roughly carve out the shape. Then carefully smooth out the edges to create natural coral formations. This process is very intricate and time-consuming. After 2.5 hours, we have a full batch of coral-shaped sweet potatoes and the flat remaining parts. Now we need to cook them in a way that preserves their shape and keeps them crispy. First, pour vinegar into the boiling water. Vinegar helps preserve the structure of the sweet potato. And add salt. It's time to boil the sweet potatoes. We'll set a timer for 6 minutes. After boiling, we remove them. Let's prepare a starch coating to make them crispy. Add water to cornstarch. And pink food coloring to enhance the coral look. All that's left to do is mix. Done! We dip each piece into the starch mixture to coat them evenly. It's time to fry. First, we deep fry only the flat parts of the sweet potatoes. Once done, we transfer them to paper towels to drain excess oil. And now we fry the corals. The main part of our dish is finished cooking. It's crispy. Now for the serving presentation. In the show, coral bits were served in a colorful paper tray, so we recreate it in real life. We place flat pieces of the fried sweet potato at the bottom of the tray. Then arrange the coral-shaped pieces on a top to mimic how they were served in the cartoon. Coral bits are ready. Let's compare them to the original. These look almost identical. I confidently declare that this is the most painstaking dish on the Krusty Krab menu so far. But now let's taste them. Unfortunately, they lose their crispiness quickly, and the purple sweet potatoes have a less flavorful taste compared to regular sweet potatoes. I give them 4 out of 10. 16th item on the menu, signature Krabby Patty.
Order up! Or should I say, order down!
Thank you! Got any mustard?
For a super stacked burger, we need 6 patties, so we spread the minced meat on parchment and form the patties. For ease of transportation, we stack them on top of each other. Cook them on the stove. Salt and pepper the steer raw side of the patties. We also toast the buns while they cook. Time to flip the patties. After a minute and a half, remove from the flat top grill. Now we assemble the burger in layers. Button bun, first patty, cheese, lettuce, tomato, second patty, mustard, ketchup, cheese, lettuce, and tomato. We continue assembling in the same sequence until the patty run out. At the end, we cover it with a top bun, and signature Krabby Patty is ready. To prevent it from toppling over, we secure it with skewers. Comparison with the cartoon. Yes, it's very similar. Apparently, this is the tallest burger on the entire Krusty Krab menu. Now let's try it. It's tasty, but not as good as a regular Krabby Patty. It's missing pickles and onions, and it's difficult to eat because of its size. I give it 6 out of 10. 17th item on the menu, soda.
I might. SpongeBob would not let me consume a single calorie. I tried to take a sip of soda to slake my thirst.
Not fizzy enough!
In the cartoon, it's never specified what kind of soda this is, but fans on forums suggest it's either cola or orange soda. So we'll make orange soda from scratch. We take 2 oranges and roll them on the counter to break down their internal structure. Then we slice them in half and squeeze out the juice. We do the same with the second orange. To make the taste richer, we add a large amount of sugar and stir slowly until the sugar is completely dissolved. Now the mixture has the consistency of a thick syrup. To balance the flavors, we use some lemon juice. Squeeze the juice through a hand to catch the seeds. We made concentrate of soda. Now we transfer the syrup into a glass pitcher. To make it fizzy, we add carbonated water. Then we stir everything together. For the final touch, we need a paper cup that looks like the one in the show. Since we couldn't find an exact match, we painted the cup to resemble the Krusty Krab soda cup. We pour in our homemade orange soda. Seal it with a plastic lid and insert the straw. Soda is ready. Let's compare it to the cartoon. The cup looks identical. But what about the taste? We'll find out now. Surprisingly, this tastes exactly like Fanta, maybe even 30% more flavorful than regular store-bought Fanta. I give them 10 out of 10. 18th item on the menu, 1 dozen crying cows on the farm.
12 Krabby Patties on wheat buns.
One dozen crying cows on the farm. Up!
Thanks, Farmer Brown. It's been a thrill serving you.
We couldn't find small burger buns in stores, so we'll bake them ourselves. We take our dough and form a ball. We put it on a scales. Each ball weighs 2 ounces. We place it on a baking tray. We continue and need to make 14 more pieces. And cover them with plastic wrap. Let the dough rise. Once the dough has risen, we mix egg yolk and cream to create an egg wash. And brush it over the buns. Then we sprinkle sesame seeds on top. We bake them in the oven for 15 minutes. Once done, we take them out. They are perfectly golden brown. Now we slice each bun in half. Done. Toast the inside on a hot griddle. They are browned. You can remove the buns. Next, we prepare the patties. To do this, fold the parchment many times. Cut off the edges with scissors. We now have perfect squares of parchment. We put the minced meatballs on them. Then we press them into mini patties. Done. Each one is seasoned with salt and black pepper. Building a tower out of mini burger patties. We cook them on a hot griddle. Quickly flip them. Since they are so small, they cook in just 10 seconds per side. Another 10 seconds and you can remove the patties from the grill. Now we take a small tomato and slice it into 12 thin slices. For the final presentation, we need an oval-shaped serving plate, just like the one in the cartoon. We found a similar one. We start assembling button buns on a plate. Mini patties on each bun. Ketchup on top of each patty. A slice of tomato on each burger. We lay out small pieces of salad. And finally cover with the top mini buns. 1 dozen crying cows on the farm is ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, this looks 100% identical. They turned out very nice mini Krabby Patties. Now let's taste it. Unfortunately, they're too simple and a bit dry. I give them 5 out of 10. 19th item on the menu, Triple Krabby Patty with 5 scoops of ice cream.
Triple Krabby Patty with 5 scoops of ice cream, please. I hate to do this to you, Triple Krabby Patty with 5 scoops of ice cream, but I have no choice.
No, stop! I don't like that!
First, we cook burger patties and toast the buns. Second side of patties. Remove everything from heat. Later I noticed that there were 3 patties, so I fried another one. Now we start assembling. Place the first patty on the button bun. Next should be vanilla ice cream, so we wet a special spoon in water. And make a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Put it on patty. Next we add a slice of cheese. Then there should be a bowl of blue ice cream. We use bubblegum flavor. Form a ball. Put it on a cheese. We gently press it down to spread it out. Then add another slice of cheese. The next scoop is pink mixed berry ice cream. We lay it out and crush it. Followed by the second burger patty. Next, a scoop of brown ice cream. We have a chocolate flavor. Lay it out and crush it. Followed by another cheese slice. The finally yellow ice cream. We have it with lemon flavor. We add the final scoop. Next is the third patty. We add a slice of cheese. To complete the burger, we add lettuce. And cover it with a top bun. Triple Krabby Patty with 5 scoops of ice cream is ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, the scoops of ice cream aren't as big in real life. Honestly, this looks like complete nonsense, but hey, some people like fries with ice cream. Maybe a burger with ice cream works too? Now let's try it. Now this is awful. The combination of hot juicy meat with cold sweet ice cream is just wrong. I give it 1 out of 10. 20th item on the menu, milkshake.
1 milkshake coming right up.
You've redeemed yourself, SpongeBob. This is the best milkshake I've ever had.
We take a blender and start adding ingredients. 1 scoop of chocolate ice cream. 1 scoop of lemon ice cream. 1 scoop of mixed berry ice cream. We blend everything together until smooth. Done! Now I need a glass like in the cartoon. I found a similar one in the store. We fill it with milkshake. SpongeBob tops his drink with whipped cream. We'll do the same. To match the cartoon, we need a cherry. Place a maraschino cherry on top. We add a white straw. Milkshake is ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, it looks exactly the same. Now for the taste test. This is delicious! It's a super cold creamy milkshake with a unique combination of flavors. I give it 8 out of 10. 21st item on the menu, barbecue nuts.
Sandy's smoking barbecue nuts.
I say nothing. There is no outside food allowed at the Krusty Krab.
Come on, SpongeBob. I won't spill the nuts if you won't. Go. Perfecto.
I ordered fresh Canadian oak acorns online. Let's unwrap them. Apparently these are edible, but they require a special preparation process. We place them in saucepan with water. Bring them to a boil. They need to boil for 15 minutes to remove bitter tannins. Then we drain them. And boil them again for another 15 minutes. The water should now be much clearer. Once boiled, many of the acorn caps have fallen off, but that's fine. Now we move to the grill. We turn on the burners and spread the acorns over the grates. We grill them for 20 seconds per side to add a smoky roasted flavor. Can be removed from the grill. Once done, we place the caps back under each acorn for presentation. We transfer them onto a serving plate. Barbecue nuts are ready. Let's compare them to the one in the show. They look very close. I've never eaten acorns until now. It's time to try it, but first they need to be peeled. The edible part is inside. They taste similar to roasted chestnuts, with a slight bitterness like dark roasted coffee. I give them 4 out of 10. 22nd item on the menu, gym patty.
1 patty, the right way.
It's a thing of beauty. What's so great about a gym patty anyway? It's okay. Was amazing.
The main difference between the gym patty and a regular Krabby Patty is the higher quality meat. Instead of regular ground beef, we're using marble ribeye steak. We remove the steak from its packaging and cut it into thin strips. Then chop it into small pieces. Next we take a cleaver and finally mince the meat, until it reaches the texture of ground beef. Done! Now we season it with salt and black pepper. Mix it using the cleaver. We shape the patty. And cook it on a hot griddle. We'll also toast the buns. Since this is a premium steak patty, we don't want to overcook it. We're aiming for medium doneness to keep it juicy and flavorful. For assembly, button bun, mayonnaise. The regular Krabby Patty didn't have any mayo, but Jim added. Ketchup. Ultra juicy patty. Red onion slices, cheddar cheese slice, more mayonnaise. Mustard. Lettuce. Tomato slices. Pickles. And top bun. For the final detail, we write Jim on the top bun using ketchup. Jim patty is ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, it looks exactly like what Jim cooked. Now we're going to check if Jim patty is tastier than the standard Spongebob Krabby Patty. Yes, this is way better than the regular Krabby Patty. The steak patty is much juicier and tastier in flavor, and the addition of mayonnaise enhances the overall taste. I give it a perfect 10 out of 10. 20th item on the menu, Krabby Newburg.
Good evening, sir. From our menu tonight, might I recommend the Krabby Newburg. We take the finest cuts of aged imported kelp, stuff them with herbs from our garden, wrap them in parchment with our award-winning shallot tapenade, slow roast them for 6 hours in our wood-fired clay-filled oven, or kiva, and serve them with a garnish of wilted coral on a mahogany plank.
This is fantastic!
The Krabby Newburg in the cartoon is a meat roll with a pink filling. Based on the texture, I assume the filling is ham. We take a block of ham and trim the edges to create a cylindrical shape. It turned out not perfect, but it will do. Then, using an apple corner, we scoop out a tunnel in the center to make room for the filling. Don't throw this piece away, we'll still need it. Now we need to widen the hole. In the original there was yellow between the pink layers. I assume it's cheese. Open the cheddar slices. Put them on a board. And roll a cheese strip onto the thin slice of ham. Then push it into a tunnel inside the ham. The outer layer of the roll will be ground beef. To help it stick together, we add 1 egg and panko breadcrumbs, along with salt, black pepper and paprika. We mix everything thoroughly. Done. Now we spread the ground beef mixture onto the plastic wrap and flatten it into a rectangle. We place the ham and cheese roll into the center and carefully wrap the beef around it. Sealing the edges. The Krabby Newburg has ridges, so we tie it with twine to create that textured look. Now we bake it in the oven for 30 minutes. Our roll is almost ready. We remove the twine and brush the surface with ketchup to give it the reddish color from the show. We return it to the oven for another 5 minutes to create a glaze. Finally, we can take it out of the oven. To repeat the serve is in the cartoon. We place it on a wooden board with lettuce leaves. Then we slice off a cross section to reveal the inside. Krabby Newburg is ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, it looks very close. Now let's taste it. As expected, it's delicious. The ham, cheese and beef work perfectly together. I give it 7 out of 10. 24th item on the menu, Greasy Variation.
From now on, I want you to fry up 2 patties for every Krabby Patty we sell. One for the patty itself, and the second just for the grease. Then slather the grease from the second patty onto the first one, and voila! It's a deluxe Krabby Patty with extra flavors.
I accidentally dropped some buns into our vat of extra grease. Well, they've been soaking in there for about an hour.
These are delicious!
You're right! I can't imagine what makes them taste so good.
For this, we need the fattest ground beef available. We form 2 patties. Season them with salt and black pepper. We cook them on a hot griddle. 2 minutes on each side. And as expected, a lot of fat renders out. Now on Mr. Krabs' advice, we take the second patty and squeeze all the fat out of it onto the first one. Ultra grease patty is ready. A lot of grease has flowed into the corner of the grill. We take the burger buns and toss them directly in the pool of grease. We flip them to coat both sides in fat. Done. For assembly, button bun, greasy patty, cheese slice, tomato slice, red onion, mustard, ketchup, pickles, lettuce, and top bun. Greasy Variation is ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, it looks accurate, but in real life the grease gets absorbed into the bun, making it look slightly different. I think eating a burger with that much fat is a bad idea, but I have to try it. It's way too greasy. Yes, fat adds flavor, but it is just too much. The entire bun is drenched in oil. I give it 3 out of 10. Wait, the menu is not over yet. There is one more dish. Salad.
Okay, no buns. That's hip, no patties. Happening. Oh yeah, that's definitely the coolest meal I ever saw.
This is so cool.
2 salads. That was awful. I hope I never have to tear apart a perfectly good Krabby Patty ever again.
Apparently, I'll have to do this. We take 2 Krabby Patties and remove everything except the lettuce and tomato slices. Salad is ready. Comparing it to the cartoon, it's exactly the same. This was by far the easiest item to make. Now let's try it. Yeah, this is just lettuce and tomato. It doesn't make sense as a dish on its own. I give it 1 out of 10. Now that we recreated all 25 dishes from the Krusty Krab menu, it's time to declare the best. Krabby Double Deluxe, super juicy and flavorful. Soda, surprisingly delicious homemade soda. Gym Patty, the premium steak patty, makes all the difference. Ultra Krabby Supreme, deep fried perfection. Now I want to hear from you. Which cartoon menu should I recreate next? Let me know in the comments. And if you give this video a lot of likes, we will continue. See you in the next video.